Barrister Mbeseha, do you think that this initiative is a nice one, knowing that people are coming together? I mean, the army, the colonial army, could take advantage of this situation and want to do something harmful to them at this point, knowing that they always want to, hurt the people of Amazonia. What would you think about this gathering? We know that it is a positive one. We know that the intention is positive. People are happy. People are coming together to socialize. People are having people to talk to. Mental health is being managed and all of that. But looking at the fact that Amazonia is at war at this point, would you support such initiatives as regards to the present situation?
Anything done to people out of their tradition is to be but but the way you do it is what is important. Now, if I talk about my 16, I know my 16 very, very well. And then, are you getting me? Are you
Yeah, I
getting
can
me?
get you. Though I think we're having a bit of technical issues, but go ahead, please.
I've said I know my 16 very, very well. Anything that would help people can be encouraged. But the way you do it and when you do it is absolutely important. It's organizing football matches, the community, and that type of nonsense. Not encouraged. Why? Because this is the wrong time. The government, I'm sure, is behind that thing to show normalcy. Because in Buea, what they call Buea, my 16 has been a hotbed of the revolution. And so they are trying to show, the government would use that to show that there's a total return to normalcy. Or they are trying to encourage people to live together. People have been living there, they were not fighting against each other. And so, what is the difference between the football match, the, this impact project, and the mountain race that we have said that they should not be run there? Is it that we don't know the value of a mountain race? Somebody runs that thing, it has £1 million or more price. And so, we should be very careful what we do in the name of trying to save the people. And they sometimes go there and counsel people, give them mental health to be done. But you don't need a football match to accompany that. You need all activities. Go there, set up your clinic, people will come there that they need. A good level, I can guarantee you, it is, there's something behind it. There's something to show that there's a return to normalcy. We should know there's no normalcy. They will do everything, especially in mass 16, to show there's a return to mass 16. Mass 16 against who? Voting, Bumaka, those are their neighbors. Or against who? They're united against who? They say as mass 16 does not have that who live in. They're not displaced, they escape from war, they're out there. They're not fighting among themselves. So there's nothing like my 16 unite. As if somebody was trying to oppress my as a my 16 is not different from Bumaka. Bumaka is not different from Munya that we just talked about. So I fear that very hidden that thing. Mental issues faced by the internally displaced are not limited to my 16. The people in my 14 they're just the same place. They're the same place, my Bumaka, they're the same place, Munya. But again, my 16 is peculiar in the sense that it has been the hotbed of the revolution. And so they will do everything, the government will encourage nothing to be done to show a return to normalcy on the eve of elections. On the eve of elections coming. And so you can do those things, but the way you do it should be different. You should be very, very careful not to fall into the trap of government. That will say, well, they will take that report out there to the whole world. Peace has returned there. See people playing football among themselves. See people doing dancing and doing all that. That is you're selling the wrong narrative. Just as we talked about Ndu a few minutes ago. Yes. Ngala has also there's a good everything has returned to normal there. They're even having those bulldozers there and filming those things to go and show the world and the international community that normalcy has returned. They will come and show that thing from Ndu. The road is being bulldozed there. Another one in the BLM, a dancing parade in Munya that will add to some total of a return to normalcy, which is a false normalcy. Do those people who are entirely displaced in March 16, do they need that to return to their homes, wherever they came from? No, they could go back home. Again, if there was normalcy, they would go back home. These people in Munya and March 16 are not fighting among themselves. So the title Unite, Unite for Healing and Hope during the impact of Mars celebration. Now, emotion is just too much. It's just to show the world that normalcy has returned. You don't need a whole month celebration to give camp to internal. You don't need one celebration to depend on pencils to children who need them to go to school. And so the timing, and the way you do it is important. One should be very, very careful to accept those things. Give that assistance if it is possible. But the high profile way of the way you not even do that thing without getting the permission of the deal, without getting those administrations involved. They will not even be doing that thing there. If you went there, you see gendarmes standing by the corner, policemen armed. And so it is a false pretense. They people need those services, that's good. But not in the way they are trying to do them there. That's my take.
Thank you, Barrister Mbeseha. When I saw when I saw the report, I realized that the attention of the group that organized it were to create mental, mental space for those who have been traumatized by the war, and so it got me thinking. You're trying to heal and give a mental space and give a mental recognition to those who have been traumatized by the war, but the war is still ongoing. So what then could be the um should we say, what then could be the result of this when people are still traumatized, when people are not even home, people are far from home, and people are even still scared for their life, people are still scared of dangers that could emanate. But I love how you threw more light to this. The idea is good, but then the timing is also important at this point. Giving people a mental space for them to ease off could be nice, but what happens after you give them that space? Would you guide them all the time? Would you provide security for them all the time? Of course the answer is no. All right. Thank you so much, Barrister, for being part of tonight's Undaunted. Thank you so much for always coming in whenever we call on you. It's been an amazing evening with you tonight.